God said, in Deuteronomy chapter 6, God said this. These are not my words. These are not the words of a convention or a denomination. This is not a newspaper from which I read. This is not a funeral service. This is not saying good things about great people. This is not preacher talk. This is not about being an American or being an African or being from China. This is not about rich or poor. This is not about circumstances. God said this in Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 4, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength. These commandments that I give to you today are to be upon your hearts. Impress them on your children. Talk about them when you sit at home and when you walk along the road and when you lie down and when you get up. Tie them as symbols on your hands and bind them on your foreheads. Write them on the door frames of your houses and on your gates, so that when the Lord your God brings you into the land he swore to your fathers, to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to give to you a land with large, flourishing cities that you did not build, houses filled with all kinds of good things you did not provide, wells you did not dig, and vineyards and olive groves you did not plant. Then when you eat and are satisfied, be careful that you do not forget the Lord who brought you out of Egypt and out of the land of slavery. Fear the Lord your God. Serve him only. Take your oaths in his name. Do not follow other gods, the gods of the peoples around you. For the Lord your God who is among you is a jealous God, and his anger will burn against you, and he will destroy you from the face of the land. Do not test the Lord your God as you did at Massah. Be sure to keep the commands of the Lord your God and the stipulations and decrees he has given you. Do what is right and good in the Lord's sight, so that it may go well with you, and that you may go in and take over the good land that the Lord promised on oath to your forefathers, thrusting out all your enemies before you, just as the Lord your God said he would do. May the Lord write this word upon our hearts. Please be seated. God's 7 love languages, way back at the beginning, in times like these, because man has not changed. We are sinners in the hands of an angry God. We are a people who, but for the love of God, would be dead unto ourselves. We are a people who would be unable to know what forgiveness is. We would be a fatalistic people. We would just simply live as unto ourselves and then die and disappear, go back to nothingness. We would have no hope. We would have no reason to really live beyond the things that we could do for ourselves. And everything that we did would be reduced to the lifespan that we have. We would have these brief 40 and 50 and 60 and 70 and 80 and 90 years. That's all we would have. We wouldn't have anything to look forward to concerning those that we love who have already died and are in Christ. Our moms and our dads and our grandparents and sons and daughters who are in heaven today. We would not be able to say, you know, we're going to be with them again and we're going to live with them forever, were it not for the love of God. Everything comes down to the love of God, and that's why today I'm here to talk to you about the love of God and to share God's love with you and invite you to give your life to Christ, because there's no greater love than this. and I'm a Christian man, and the Lord has come into my heart, and He's forgiven me for my sin, and He's written my name in God's book in heaven, and He's given me a new reason to live. Gives me hope beyond myself. I want to know how to love Him back.